Good afternoon and welcome to a wet and windy Bellevue for this round 5 Challenge Cup game between the Wakefield Wildcats and the Bradford Bulls. The Wildcats in the last round overcame a stubborn Lee side, and the Bulls had a comprehensive win against the Giants, so an intriguing contest before us this afternoon to see who will progress to the next round and hopefully on to Edinburgh. Just run through the teams for you quickly. The Wildcats at fullback have Prescott, on the wings Law and Sampson, the centres Hughes and Tatapu, half-backs Maloney and Tomlinson, the front row Stevenson, Ryan Hudson, Masala, the back three Jowett, Pochin and McNamara. Replacements today for the Wildcats are March, that's Paul March, Law, Price and Jackson. The Bulls have at fullback Spruce, making his first appearance of the season, on the wings Price and McAvoy, in the centres Withers and Naylor, half-backs Paul, that's Henry and Robbie, the front row Anderson, Lowe's and McDermott, the back three Forshaw, Smith and Mackay. And replacements coming off the bench for the Bulls will be Fielden, Boyle, Peacock and Bradford, and today's match official is Mr. Bob Connolly. So it's stopped raining, it's been had about an hour and a half's rain. Still a stiffish breeze blowing from our right. Well, that's dropped a little bit, so no it hasn't. It's still stiffish. You look down on the field. So, old teammates McNamara and Robbie Paul. It looks as though Robbie Paul's won the toss of the coin. No, he hasn't. McNamara's won the toss of the coin, chosen to play with the wind and the conditions in the first half. And this is a repeat of last season's fixture, and last season was a horrendous weather. Michael Withers really thought he'd gonna die of hypothermia. As we go, have you got time up? Let's check it for us.
3 past.
Okay. And Henry Paul gets us away, and it's a short one to start off with, and it's floated out and drifted off from the wind. So the Bulls will be defending early on. McNamara makes no mistake with that. Happy to put the ball just over on the 40. Short side. No real movement onto the ball then. Tomlinson feeds it into Stevenson. Stevenson meets some stiff challenges from Mackay and Forshaw. Short side. Poaching. Tomlinson spreads the ball this time. McNamara ducks underneath. Oh, loses the ball. Trying to set that up for Jowett. Jowett coming on that loop run just a little bit late. McNamara couldn't handle the defence. Too strong for him. First scrum. Bulls ball. Masala and Anderson. Not happy. Robbie feeds Henry. Henry. It's good running from Smith. Almost up to the 40. Lows this time to Forshaw with that cutback. Good defence from the Wildcats. Anderson first touch. Slams it in. Mayo makes good yards. Had an outstanding game in the last round. Henry Paul, the inside runner, it's Mackay. Good tackle underneath from Stevenson. Kick on. Back to the corner against the grain. And this is Sampson. And he showed at Odsall that he's got some real toe. Showed a clean pair of heels to all the Bradford three-quarters to score that long-range try. Anderson and Naylor shoveling Neil Law back. Smith feeds Stevenson again. Stevenson meets a good challenge. This will be a try for Withers. 4 points. That's pressure defence. No room for the Wildcats forwards. Made no progress at all. Flat pass. Withers comes in, picks it up, and it's 4 points. Four minutes into the game, and the Bulls go into the lead. Produce the goods as Henry Paul looks to add the sweeteners. It's a big crowd here at Bellevue. It's the biggest crowd they've had for a long, long time. Probably in the region of 7,000 or 8,000. As Henry Paul strikes that, looks good. 2 points. Six 0. Spruce catches, feeds McDermott. McDermott's first touch. He makes good yards. Just picks up that 2 or 3 metres after first contact. So essential. Here's Price. Forshaw on that angled run. Just looking to step a man. Well, that's a long time. Jowett's hanging on. Henry Paul to Naylor to Hudson Smith. Hudson Smith offloads back to Henry Paul. Anderson comes again. That's a great offload from Hudson Smith. Running down that right-hand channel. Using the power. Last tackle. Well, Forshaw did well then to hang on to that pass. Robbie Paul puts it downfield. And Prescott. And a good chase from Anderson. The big fella gets up there and makes first contact on the fullback. Masala. Nothing to come from Masala. He's ragged down on the 20-metre line, 30-metre line, I should say, and well, that's a let-off. Well, we've got an echo in this ground. It's the first time I've made Bellevue a long time. I've never heard an echo that big. Tomlinson to Stevenson. Stevenson has to make the yards. Stevenson and Masala have got to make the yards for the Wildcats if it's going to make any impression. Jowett comes on a run off McNamara. Bull set in defence. Tomlinson drifting across the line, almost through, almost produced the goods. Tomlinson then forced towards Hudson Smith's tackle, and a little knock on from McNamara. So, second scrum of the game, almost from the same position as the first. It's the Bulls feed. Mackie picks it up from the back. Switch back to this left-hand side. Tomlinson did well. Tomlinson read that play well. He just spotted the drift across to the left and realised that Bradford going to switch it to their right. McDermott Unusual to see him in possession on the 4th tackle in the set. Oh, Robbie just tries that little cut through. McNamara takes him out. Wasn't a stiff arm in any way. Oh, dear me. Hughes had a chance at that, and this will be interesting. Is that a charge down, or is it a knock on? He had 2 goes at it, so you would think he had a knock on. What's the referee's decision? He's explaining that Hughes had 2 goes at it, then knocked on. Fair decision. Blood bin for Anderson, fielding on. This is a hell of a strong bench when you look at it for the Bulls. Fielden, Boyle, Peacock and Radford. There's some running and some power. Sat on that bench. Great play from Henry Paul, just to produce that all for Withers. Just dropped him off inside on that arcing run. Masala comes in with a big shoulder. Well, that could be obstruction. Referee doesn't call it. McDermott again. 20 metres in front of the posts. Henry Paul, Robbie Paul drifting across. And this time, Mr. Connolly calls shepherding. He could have called it a couple of plays earlier. Just both teams are just looking a little bit anxious. Overrunning the ball. McNamara looking fatigued, and that looked a very tired kick. Masala, good challenge from Field and stood right in front of him. Francis Stevenson. This time it's Masala again. No, it's not, it's Porchin. Tomlinson switches play. McNamara into Jowett. Good defence from the Bulls. There hasn't been a Wildcats player yet that's got away from the defence. Here's Masala. Last tackle. Goes to Maloney. Maloney goes high. Prescott kicks. He goes high. Well, good chase from Prescott, and Price does well to feed McAvoy. Well, great skill there from the Bulls. Almost looked like Australian rules football then. Oh, Hudson Smith, beautiful one-hander. Oh, he's good at releasing that late pass. Spruce knew exactly what was happening. Was running that channel, hoping that Smith would get that ball away. Oh, and a misunderstanding for sure. And Henry Paul. No support. Masala. Right. 15 minutes into the game, Mr. Tupou tries to make some yards. He's slammed down on the 40. That's not a good pass from Ryan Hudson. McNamara now has Jowett outside him, turns Jowett inside. Again, good containment from the Bulls, denying Wakefield any yards. Spruce. And seem to make heavy weather of that. That's silly play from Wakefield. Could have been the best position of the game. Oh, that's a good kick from Mackay. Goes to Fielding. Well, there's only one team making progress with the ball in this game so far. And then the team with the black shorts. Here goes. Force shot on that short side. Ooh, almost. Release Withers again. Robbie to Henry. That's not a good kick. Last tackle. That's high, that's into the wind, that's anybody's. Price can jump for this. Whoa! And it ends up. And it's... Is it with a second? It is. That's a great kick again. To the corner, it stood up in the wind. Defenders had no options there. They had to stand and wait for it. Price and Withers on charge. They had the advantage. And the way they're performing so far. Prescott to restart. Bowles with a big wide defence. Eight of the men stood on the perimeters. This is Fielding. And that's the difference between the two teams. Mackey with those good feet. Just steps and goes. Lows. Short side to Withers. Withers tries one round the corner to Price. Price picks up. Wakefield man played that. Price again showing... Good match presence, didn't panic, just played it with his foot, almost got away. Laws testing the line. Spruce, dummies. And that's Smith did well that to take that in traffic, and again offloads. That's 3 offloads from Smith already, says McDermott. Well, Smith's earned his corner already. Every offload's been dangerous. Henry floats one to Forshaw. Forshaw runs into Tatupu. Henry, oh, well, McDermott couldn't believe that chance. And here goes Neil Law. Big guy. Hudson saw and Mr. Connolly pointing McDermott out, saying he'd transgressed, jumped the gun, and this is really the only way that the Wildcats and that's not a good kick again. A tired looking kick from McNamara. He's got the wind with him, and McAvoy almost returns it back to the kicking position. That's not a good pass then from acting half-back. Some sloppy stuff going on out there. And that's sloppy as well. Mackey, dummy, steps. That fella can move. Here goes Laws. Offloads. Withers to Price, another 4 points. Good improvisation from the Bulls. The ball had gone to ground. And it was Mackey that set it up. He set the line up, set it straight, and then started interlinking with Laws. Superb football. And it's not a try. Called a forward pass. Well, Withers could have gone on his own. But nevertheless, and again, Bulls defence shoveling the Wakefield players backwards. Law comes in, tries to use his size, picks up some good yards. Jowett drifting, makes it out just to the 30. Masala offloads to Woodson. He's grounded. No yards on the play. McNamara this time happy to put the ball down the middle of the field. Price, plenty of grass to wind up. McAvoy just took a nice shot then off poaching, and that's penalty. Tomlinson, Masala. Caught offside then, not back quick enough. Mackie puts the ball in. Fielding. Oh, good work from Fielding. Poaching couldn't handle him. Here goes McDermott. Finds that hole. Offloads to Laws. Forshaw. Just dragging this defence in when you offload twice like that. And you need a quick play of the ball though. Here goes Anderson on a charge. Oh, too big, too strong, too fast, too organised. 3 prop forwards then, straightforward drives, and the Wildcats couldn't handle them. And that was a very tired defence that Anderson was running against, taking nothing from Paul Anderson, of course. If I saw him running at me, I'd get very sleepy as well. 22 minutes gone. Then Wakefield couldn't handle it. Black clouds scudding over. Just hope the rain holds off. Because remember this fixture last season, very little football played. It was that wet, that cold. The players had all on to stand. Never mind, Ron. Second goal for Henry Paul. Thank you. Prescott puts it into the corner. McDermott offers himself off Spruce, and again turns that defence. Forshaw. Good tackle then though. And this is Anderson again. Price. Well, that looked a little bit static and stuttered, but Price almost sneaked through, and that was a forward pass. If that wasn't a forward pass, there'll never be another. Sampson offloads to Prescott. McDermott comes in. Oh, that looked much worse than it actually was. They'd spotted the man, McDermott. Came flying in. That's a better kick from McNamara. That's more like McNamara that we've grown used to at Odsall. Makes good yards. Well, that looks very ordinary. Play from the first tap. That's even more ordinary. As Anderson comes up with the ball. Well, looks a little bit tight. Sprouse. Good tackle from Adam Hughes. Robbie Paul into Anderson. Anderson just trying to get rid of a couple of tacklers. Wakefield look weak out on that wide left slot. This is Hudson Smith. He's slammed down. Last tackle. Haven't had to go to many fifth tackles, haven't the Bulls? Goes high, and it's too strong again, and that's giveaway position. 60 metres to kick the ball in. And again, no gain on the play for the Wildcats. This is Jackson. Jowett puts some effort in, makes it out to the 40. Tomlinson floats that one out to Porchin offloads. Sampson's got pace. Gets past Robbie Paul, gets to the corner. Oh, Spruce drags him down, and they needed something as well. They put corner flags down. Spruce did well then. Waited till the death, didn't panic. Robbie Paul knew he had to make a challenge on Sampson. He couldn't match him for toe. Had a desperate dive at him. And just put Sampson off his stride. First time Wakefield have released a man. And that's poor play from the Bulls. Some of the passing from acting halfback has been very ordinary. Tatupu offloads to Maloney. Maloney floats one over to Sampson. And David Boyle on. His first participation again. Brings a linesman on. Just been on for Withers. Naylor now going to the bench. Boyle back on. You can only guess that the first one was being a blood bin. No, it's not Naylor, my apologies. It's Hudson Smith. Good tackle. Anderson and McDermott. Anderson put a big shoulders on Francis Stevenson then. Jackson. This is Wakefield's best position of the game so far. 16-0. McNamara trying to develop the ball. First time the Bulls have had the back to the line. Tomlinson inside to Jackson. Look their most dangerous man is Tomlinson. Ball goes to McNamara. Feeds one, that late pass to Prescott. Prescott coming behind the line. Good defence. Shoveled back by Henry Paul and Naylor. McNamara toes it through. Spruce does well. Well, Robbie Paul tidies up and just puts the ball over the line so that Bulls don't have to drop out. And offside. Marcus splitting. Oh, something of a collision there between Spruce and another player, and Robbie Paul, like a good half-back, tidying up. Spruce tried to play the ball over the goal line, didn't make it. That's a good kick. Well, that was Wakefield's best spell. 30 minutes gone, and Anderson again. McDermott. Mackie. Naylor tries that cut through. Doesn't work. Boyle this time. First touch. Good tackle from Hughes. Slings his man, slams him into the turf. Henry Paul stood deep, goes high, stood up in the wind. Oh, Prescott. Prescott. That's Prescott at his best. Came for the ball, claimed it, dominated the ruck. And there's only one man going to come down with the ball then. Porchin tries a step, doesn't come off. Bulls line still strong, still condensed, still compact. Shovels that defence backwards. Mr. Connolly not using a Big Ten. There goes Boyle. Wakefield struggling to get back to the line. Robbie Paul drops inside. Good tackle from McNamara. Boyle 10 metres in front of the post. Bulls got options either side. Spruce has a tilt, offloads now, looking to offload eventually. Throws a nothing ball away. Francis Stevenson looking tired. Maloney spreads it to Porchin. Wakefield look as though they're low on gas. Nobody moving. Hardly anybody setting up. Ryan Hudson feeds Samson. Samson, oh, feels a Super League tackle from Withers and gets shoveled back. Well, that was a very ordinary set from Wakefield. Looked tired, looked as though they were having a breather. No real ambition in that set. Happy just to take 5 tackles and kick with the wind. McAvoy and that little duck under. Price hasn't had much of the ball. Comes in, gets himself involved. That's a penalty. Never onside, McNamara. Never stood square. Quick play the ball. McNamara couldn't resist having a grab. It's good enough. Bulls through field and come forward again. McDermott makes good yards again. This Wildcat side beginning to fold up. The middle 8. are having problems holding the line. Laws to Boyle, inside to Naylor. Naylor drifting across, looking for a gap. McDermott goes to the posts, looking. Last tackle. Well, just tried that little chip through. Too strong. And again, Law comes up, takes first drive off that tap. And it's a good challenge from Henry Paul. Francis Stevenson offloads to Hughes. McAvoy comes across in defence. Jowett. Good tackle underneath from McAvoy. It's good stuff. Good marker defence. Boyle came in and finished him off. Tomlinson just eases off, shows the ball, and again, look at this fella go, Sampson. Oh, Price did well again, so cool. Oh, good footwork, got some grass. Oh, excellent stuff from Leon Price. Good passage of play. Tomlinson showed the ball to Sampson, put the ball downfield, and he's a real flyer. Forshaw offloads. Laws spins one out to Boyle. Bulls just seem to have lost a little bit of direction this last 10 minutes. Fielden. Well, they'll only go one way. McDermott now. Offloads. Oh, unlucky. Robbie Paul just didn't quite drag it in. And again, Prescott feels a nice warm glow of McDermott's forearm round his chin. That's good work from Paul Jackson to offload. Well, Wakefield know that best chance of scoring lies in Sampson, and they're moving the ball over to that right wing every opportunity. Sloppy play of the ball. Tomlinson. Nowhere to go. Still fine, no rain. Still a strong wind blowing in Wakefield's favour. Oh dear. Well, not only are Wakefield folding up in the middle in defence, when they've got the ball, they seem to have lost a bit of shape. Just a couple of minutes to go then to half-time. We have Stuart Fielding playing standoff. Robbie Paul feeds Henry. Naylor. McAvoy. McAvoy with Jowett. He knows he can beat Jowett. He's got Hughes. He knows he can beat Hughes, and it's 4 points. Excellent stuff, straight off the training pitch. Switching positions round. Henry Paul, loose forward, Robbie. Picks up, feeds Naylor. And that was straight running. Henry Paul. Henry. Steady, strikes, and again, see the strength of the wind. Blow it way across the face of the posts. Hooter due any time now. And there you go, there's the hooter. And the Bulls will be more than happy with that 20-point lead, playing against the elements. Away from home in the Challenge Cup, and I wouldn't like to be in Andrew Kelly's shoes now. Just what would he say to his players to lift them in this half-time session? Welcome back for the second half as Wakefield take the field. We'll see if there are any changes to the team that left. Doesn't look as though there is. Bulls look unchanged. So the Bulls with the elements, the wind's dropped a little bit, although, well, it has. So not such a strong wind in the Bulls' favour for this second half, but they have a 20-point lead. And whatever wind there is with them. And it's Wakefield to kick off as...
I'm hearing you loud and clear, mate. Can you just talk to me a bit?
Wakefield have a change, Price is on. And Law's on, Graham Law's on as well. So 2 forwards on for the Wildcats. 2 back row men. That'll give them a bit of oomph. Forshaw. Spruce. Last tackle, Bulls. Just shy of the halfway, ball goes to Henry Paul. He toes it over, not too strong, it's a chase. Sampson with the ball. And again driven back. Good chase, good containment. All the questions now being asked of Wakefield. Good tackle. Oh, that's good tackle from the Australian loose forward on Prescott. And another good tackle from Forshaw. That's how you work in market defence. If you work from that position, you save yourself. Overall, an awful lot of work. Forshaw, that's his hat-trick. 3 in a row. Price, nowhere to go. Last tackle, and the Wildcats have only made it out to the 30. And that was a big elbow from Fielden. He'll be lucky if he gets away with that. It's McAvoy. Oh, Price. Well, I don't know if McNamara was kidding then, but certainly when tying lifted a leg, Fielden. If you made contact to knock, I've seen players sent off for less than that. That's that nice little switch. Sheffield used to play that a few seasons ago. You just drift off from the ruck, switch the ball back to the ruck, and then one pass onto the other side, and trying to release the man. Laws to Robbie Paul. Brings it into Withers, last tackle. Already, the Wildcats push back to the line. Henry Paul going to tow it through. McDermott's on chase. Fielden's on chase. And strange selection for chasers. 2 prop forwards. Graham Law. Law. This is Neil Law. This time Stevenson comes. Good tackle from Henry Paul. Jackson. And Paul March is on as well, so Wakefield with all 4 of their replacement players on the field. Wow. Stevenson making a big play of that. There's no question that Mackie made no serious contact at all, and Stevenson, well, that's no good. I don't like to see that. That's not what rugby league's about. Might as well go play soccer. This is Robbie Paul testing the line. Price shows and tries to go. Offloads to Robbie. McAvoy. Fielding comes back. And again, Bradford with a roll on. Henry Paul floats one out. Naylor tries to get outside his man, Forster. Neil Law's tackle. Laws goes to the corner. That will just dink in. That will be a 10 and 20 scrum. And Neil Laws, like the half-back he used to be, after his own kick like an air. And the Bulls fans wind up the chant as Paul March feeds the scrum. Oh no, it isn't, it's Bradford's ball. The Bulls playing pass and catch. Boyle to McDermott. McDermott just wanted one more on his shoulder. Good position. Robbie Paul. Late one to Mackie. Mackie with that little step makes the line. 4 points. The man has got good feet. Just steadied the line. Dinked inside. Knew he had enough strength to get it over the whitewash. So, 7 minutes into the second half. Bulls pick 4 points up. Go to 24-0, and Paul makes it 26-0. And again, you get the feeling that came just from the Wildcats' defence just folding under the pressure. No particularly telling ball or a telling run on that movement. Just Mackay coming onto the ball, too strong. Prescott, good kick, goes high, kicking into what breeze there is. McDermott did well, and the Bulls not taking kicks cleanly as Forshaw drifts across the line. Peacock on. Peacock. Good effort. Fielding. Keeps going. Mackie trying to get Price away. Again, Laws. Goes to the corner. Well, tempo of the game dropped a little, and you have to say that's down to Wakefield. The Bulls in complete command. 26-0. And it needs something special from Wakefield now to lift this game, for them to get back into it. March to use. Forshaw and Mackie out of the scrum very quickly. Price. Francis Stevenson. Go. Good challenge. Big shoulder from Brad Mackay. Slammed him down. I'm not sure who felt it most, the Aussie or the Yorkshireman, but it was a big collision. Maloney beats Tatupu. Nowhere to go for Tatupu. Last tackle. Wildcats just on the 50. Well, they'll be happy with that set. Wakefield carried the ball to 5, put a kick in, and got downfield. And you have to say, that's as much as they've been doing all afternoon. Hardly beat a man, hardly released a player. Just that one bit of football from Porchin when he released Samson. Again, Fielding, standing off the scrum. Peacock, standing wide. Makes yards. Withers, toes and goes. It's clear. Withers again. It's a chase. Withers' favourite. Withers! Well, we'd have to go to the screen if we had a screen. Well, we've got a scoreboard screen. And referee gives a try. Great stuff from Michael Withers. Good vision. Realised there was nobody in defence. Everybody was coming up. Just towed it through. Kept his head. And won the race to the line.
Did it very nicely with his left.
32-0. Again, Prescott goes out, it's the same kick. You know, if you're 32-0 down, why would you kick deep? Why not put a short kick in and go, chance your arm, go for the ball? Change something. Robbie Paul feeds Fielding. Can't hold the ball. Ryan Hudson has a charge. Well, again McDermott goes out, lucky to get away with it. Spread on from March to McNamara. That attack fizzles out. March to Stevenson, to Neil Law. Good defence from the Bulls. Not going to give this line up easily. Well, that seems a late decision. There's nobody near the man when Mr. Connolly awarded the penalty. So, chance for the Wildcats. Jackson. Bulls push back to their own line. Maloney feeds one to Tatupu. Tatupu inside to Prescott. Prescott goes for the line, but great defence from Boyle. Chopped him down just a blade of grass short. Stevenson goes. Oh, meets brick wall. March spreads it to McNamara. McNamara to Graham Law. Graham Law. Oh, well, Mr. Connolly awards another penalty in the sequence. I think that's 4 on a trot. Just keeps Wakefield in position. And Jackson, nowhere to go there. Just a metre short. Hudson tries the quarterback sneak, gets nowhere. McNamara spreads it this time to Maloney. Maloney in to Price. Well, if they don't score now, Wakefield, they'll never score. This is 18 tackles. Well goes to McNamara. Floats one over to March. March turns Prescott inside. Good defence. Trying everything, Wakefield. McNamara toes one through. McAvoy tries to get out of his own goal line and does so. Gets the ball over the goal line. And the Bulls start off with the ball. Well, that's great defence from the Bulls. When you think the score, and it's 32-0. The defended, though, it was 0-0. And it was a grand final itself. Robbie Paul inside to Boyle. Boyle to Henry Paul. Got Peacock with him. To Peacock. He's got Withers with him. And that's gone forward. That's unfortunate. Oh, unlucky. It looked all over a try then. Peacock. If you were wanting to be analytical, perhaps just hurried the pass a little. A great breakout from the Bulls, right from their own line. This is Graham Law. Slammed down by Anderson. Francis Stevenson now. Francis hasn't had a rest. He's been on the field all the game. McNamara tries a dummy. Nobody falls for it. Paul March toes one over. Play on. Withers playing in the full-back position. Spruce gone to the bench for some reason. Anderson. Good challenge that time from Francis Stevenson. This is Fielden. Unlucky from Stuart Fielden. And although you understand the referee calling that as a forward pass, I'd like to see that on the replay, because no question Robbie Paul reached back for that. Prescott. Hughes picking good yards up in the ruck. Now Graham Law. Bulls still keeping the shape in defence. Spread on for the Wildcats. McNamara floats one to Tatupu, and Tatupu does well to get one off. A little bit of continuity then from the Wildcats. Price. Nowhere to go, last tackle. March. Dummies. Then toes it through. McAvoy does well. Naylor. Picks a couple of tough yards up. Now McAvoy comes in and has another go. That's good work from the three quarters there. They've brought the ball out to the 20. Now Price comes another three-quarter, and he makes good yards, and he brings it out almost to the 40. That's three-quarters then as the rain comes on. Anderson, oh, it looks as though he's just going to offload to Fielden. Didn't hung on. Henry Paul throws it back to Lowe's. Now Anderson, last tackle. And we have
20 minutes gone.
just going into the last quarter of the game. 32-0 the Bulls lead. And the Wildcats look to be running out of ideas. The only fella really who's got any second phase ball off is Tatupu. March spins a long one out to McNamara. McNamara ends up down a cul-de-sac. No options for him. March, who's at least taking the line running. But that time, puts a very ordinary kick in, goes out on the full. Bulls play the ball on their 40, and Naylor comes up for the first one. Now Peacock. Price hasn't done enough of the ball. And Bradford on early. Let's have a look. Isn't it? Yeah. Forshaw drifts off. Oh, nice pass. Again forward. Nice little bit of play. Forshaw coming back on the angle across the ruck. And Anderson was tracking him on the same line. Just the execution just a little bit off, but good ideas, good work. And Wakefield enjoying a glut of possession in this last 10 minutes or so. Price comes down the short side. And that's Leon Price. He comes in and takes the big fella Francis Stevenson before he gets any steam up. Sampson. That's a David Boyle took a knock then. That looks like ribs away. David is on the ground. And anybody that's felt that has to wince. You know how he feels. Just a straightforward collision. And he's still down, is David. Good tackle underneath from Graham Law on Fielden. Now Peacock. Offloads. Smithers goes for the line. Again, just too much power from the Bulls. Straightforward work. Peacock doing exceptionally well. Took the ball forward. Made good yards after first contact and got a late pass in, and with this came on like his team train. Well, David Boyle's back up on his feet. Looks as though he may just be winded rather than, well, the way he's walking about, he is just winded.
Could have been Tyler or Mithers. Or Nithers.
Well, consensus seems here that it was Naylor that scored then. Had no call from the public address system, and once again Prescott puts the same kick in. Withers catches it, feeds Fielden, and you wonder why at 36-0 you wouldn't try something different from the kick-off. Peacock. Anderson. Well, Francis Stevenson's doing well. That's 3 or 4 times in this this second half. He stood in front of the big fella. Hudson Smith back on. Hudson Smith keeps going. And again, Bradford get a roll on and bring the ball up to Wakefield's 40. Peacock. Peacock looks for somebody else. Nobody there. Last tackle. Bulls set to the right. Spreads on now. Henry puts the ball high. Neil Law underneath it this time. Neil Law does well. And that's a penalty, challenging the man in the air, McAvoy. And the rain coming down now, and it's coming from our left, would you believe? Just before the match, it was driving from our right. Elements turned around completely. So Wakefield have nothing to complain about today. They've had enough penalties, and they've had the conditions and the elements, and they've had home advantage. Stevenson comes charging on, looking to release, can't do so. Maloney. Well, that's obstruction, that's shepherding. Tatupu doing exactly what the Bulls got picked up in the first half. Samson. Samson struggling away. He's got to get used to that. Last tackle. McNamara with that kick back across for Prescott. Withers, oh, that's good play. Withers kept his eye on the ball. Whoa, whoa. Everybody out to lunch then. Nobody at home. Boyle, well, out on his own there, David Boyle. Nobody with him. Outcast. Here comes Hudson Smith. Difficult man to track down, last tackle. Well, this is the best containment that Wakefield have had the whole afternoon. The ball's kicking from their own 20 for the first time in the game. There's Neil Law with a chance to run, but a good chase from Naylor and Fielden. And Wakefield having to do it tough. A nice little step from Graham Law then. Almost got him through. And you just feel the intensity's gone out of the Bulls' defence. They're not coming up with the same purpose, and that's the result. Adam Hughes for the first time finds some space. Ryan Hudson toes that through, too strong. Over the dead ball line. Well, not much cover at this Bellevue ground, so whatever the crowd is, I should say, something between 6 and 8. You can bet 5,000 or 6,000 of them are getting wet. Fielden, so and all, found it, accelerates. Robbie Paul. Samson did well to cover him. Great work from Fielden. Came in, just saw a gap developing, readjusted his line. Oh, that's a set play from Hudson to Henry Paul, to Peacock now, stood wide. Withers once, it's Liam Price on support. Last tackle. Henry Paul's signal is going high, and he does so, and nobody chasing then for the Bulls. But they end up with the ball anyway. Liam Price flings, oh, it's anybody's. It's beach football. Hudson Smith is going for the line. Too big, too strong.
Hey, Phil. Did you catch?
Yeah. Good game.
So Bulls up to 40. 42 now. And a change of kick, and it's offside. No, it's play on. Well, how can that be play on? Nevertheless, it is play on, says Mr. Connolly. I thought there was a touch of offside then for the Bulls. Fielding. And the Bulls looking to put 50 on the Wildcats. And quite feasible. An offload, late offload from Peacock. And sorry, that were Bradford. That's Peacock with the ball. So it'll be a Wakefield scrum. March feeds. Adam Hughes comes again, and again he's picked up by, this time Withers and Peacock. This is to Tupu trying to get outside his man, gets a pass. Oh no! No joy there for Samson. Samson taking Price on. That's not a match-up physically. And the Bulls the Bulls players came in to support Price in the tackle and just shoveled Samson over the sideline. And that's disheartening. If you're the Wildcats forward, you win a scrum, and when you lift your head up, your own man's over the touchline. And the Bulls generously give the ball back to the Wildcats. A sympathy pass there from Henry Paul. McNamara, nowhere to go. Poaching back on. Good defence. Jowett winds up. Last tackle. Yeah, Michael Withers. Hat-trick of tries. Man of the match. And besides, he's tried to put some good work in as well. Robbie Paul spreads the ball this time to Mackay. He offloads to Peacock. Smith. Anderson comes this time. Looks to offload, decides not to. Mackey inside to Fielding. Fielding cops an eye tackle, ball goes down. Knock on, says Mr. Connolly. Yeah, 8,000, that's the biggest gate here at Bellevue for quite a long time. I should say 6 of them. They're both supporters, and again, that's that kick. Withers spotted it, came up, cut the kick down. That was a kick for Samson. March to Maloney. Maloney, well, walked into a swamp. And another fellow walking into a swamp is Graham Law. Well, Wakefield falling down before they get to the line now. That's Masala. Jowett. McNamara. Floats one out to Maloney. Maloney. Quickly picked up by Peacock. March goes high with us underneath. Never took his eye off it. Kept cool and get rid of it. Almost got rid of a couple of tacklers. Price spots a gap. Offloads. Oh, unlucky. That would have been interesting. Price worked his way through the ruck. Just couldn't link in with McAvoy. McAvoy would have had a straight leg race to the posts.